Today, let's talk about one of the biggest challenges when it comes to personal growth: sticking with your habits. We all know how hard it can be to start a new habit, but it can be even harder to keep it going. Whether you're trying to exercise more, eat healthier, or learn a new skill, staying consistent is key. We all want different things, but most of the time the habits we want to do all have the same result. We don't do that anymore. It can be very hard and tricky to start a new habit and stick with it long term, but today let's find out a few simple tricks to make it stick long. The first thing to do is try to make it smaller. For example, if you want to meditate for 10 minutes every day, then start with 1 minute on the first day, and when you feel comfortable with it, like you can do it without the feeling you have to motivate yourself to do, then go for 2 minutes and then slowly meet up your 10 minutes goal. Or if you want to go to the gym at least 5 times a week, but after a long day at work you just don't feel like going that much, so instead of 5 try to go to the gym 1 day a week, and then after a few weeks when you feel comfortable, you can go to the gym 2 days a week. I know it not look like much, but if you go to the gym 2 days a week, which mean you have become 2 times better than you are when you first start, and then when you feel comfortable then go for 3, then 4 until you can feel comfortable with your goal, which is going to the gym 5 times a week. Slow and steady is better than rushing, and then giving up after a few days or weeks because you don't feel comfortable with your new habits. The next thing to do is to try one habit at a time. If you try too many new habits at once, you can be overwhelmed and it can be really hard to keep it every day. Just like trying to juggle too many balls at once, trying to change too many habits at once can lead to dropping the ball on all of them, so instead of that try to do one thing at a time. That's why it's important to focus on one habit at a time. By doing this, you can give your full attention and effort to that one habit, and once it becomes a part of your routine, you can move on to the next one. For example, if your perfect routine is to wake up early then go for a walk, and then read a book, start by identifying the habit that will have the biggest impact on your life. I think on this one it will be waking up early. Once you've identified the habit you want to focus on, make a plan and stick to it. Set specific goals and track your progress. Remember, changing habits takes time and effort, so be patient with yourself. And if you slip up, don't beat yourself up about it. Just get back on track and keep going. By focusing on one habit at a time, you can make real progress and achieve your goals, then use the same method for your other habits, and before you realized you already doing the routines that you thought will be impossible the first time. Again, slow and steady is the key. We talked above about how breaking down your habits every day can help make them stick longer, but life is not always a straight line. It does not always happen the way we want, and one day you may get caught up in something that keeps you busy and doesn't have time to maintain your daily habits. So it's not a bad thing that sometimes you don't have free time to stick to your habits every day consistently. The bad thing about it is when you miss a day, you get bored and don't want to do it again. So the next step is don't give up. It's all right if you have to skip someday because of a thing you can't control, like you feel really sick, or you have that one crazy busy day, but try to get back to it the next day or two. Don't skip it too long, or you may find it really hard to get back to your habits. If you can't get back, don't be too hard on yourself, and adjust so your habits can fit into your schedule, or try the smaller version as we discussed above. Remember, it is better to do something than to do nothing while waiting to do everything. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoy, feel free to subscribe and I will see you on the next one. Peace.